All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Real Talk video. I pray everybody been having a wonderful, blessed day as we give the Most High all the honor, the glory, and all the praise and worship. My title now says, Men move off of what we see versus women move off of what they feel and what they hear. And I want to give a shout out to Sister LaKayla 33U. Powerful email, and I apologize for kind of getting back so late with it. We've been having a lot of bad weather down here, man. I tell you, boy. But not to jump off and all that. You say at your church that they don't want to talk about sex, nothing for the youth, and in reality, everybody coming up pregnant now at early ages, and when it comes to talking about sex, using condoms or practicing abstinence. We know what it is. They don't want to talk about that at church. Well, let me tell you something, my sister. On my page right here, we deal with whatever. We can talk about whatever topic you want to address on her. And I'm not saying that to knock down your church building. It's not just your church, sister. The average churches that's up now, all they want to do is shout and speak in tongues and lay hands and have car washes and revivals and appreciations and all that stuff. But when it comes to really talking about and addressing what we going through, it's a lot of churches dropping the ball on that. So what I want to do in this video is have a real talk about us as men, and then looking at y'all as women. Now, oftentimes you'll hear me say women are very emotional and women move off of what they feel. But let me clear this up before I move further. I'm not saying this to say that women are just straight up weak, because all women are not that emotional. Trust me. I've been with some women that I had to ask them twice, where your emotional side at? Because there's some women out here that have actually went through some stuff that have made them hard. And they not going to make the same foolish mistakes like a lot of women are doing, who, versus I'm going to get back with this dude knowing I'm letting him dog me out. Because some men can tell a woman what they want to hear. They're already looking at how she feels. So they know how she feels. So I'm going to keep telling her this because she going to believe anything I tell anyway. And you can even be lying, and some of these women know you lying, and they'll still, accept you back, take you in, and just let you do them any kind of way. So you have to understand, sister, that there come a time when you got to really just look at that little girlish woman versus a godly woman. See, a godly woman don't tolerate that crap. A godly woman will put a man in check in a good way, the right way, scripturally, and don't have that fear. That's the type of women, fellas, all of us need, that woman like that. Like I said in another video, that's the woman I need right there. Y'all know, the ones that saw that video, we was talking about a godly woman. And if you're going to continue to chase after mess, you can't get mad at the outcome that you get. So once again, I'm not saying this to say that women are weak and that some women don't care about what a man look like, when it's actually some women out here that don't care about what some men look like. They just so self-esteem is so down. Some of these women out here don't care about what they look like, how they feel. So they don't care who they get. Because they don't have no self-esteem. They don't have no self-confidence. They don't have no self-nothing going. But when a woman operates off of her emotions, let me say, how can I put this? When you operate off emotions, how can you operate in the Holy Spirit? Because you operating fleshly. When you get all that crying and you're mad and angry and depressed and all that, that take you away from the Holy Spirit. Men, we so far different. Except for the homosexuals. If you just happen to be a homosexual and a lesbian looking at this video, I love you. I'm not trying to throw you in the lake of fire, pray for you, and hope that you change. But you got men out here trying to act feminine like women, and you got women out here trying to act like men. But that's why most men that's real they don't want to shed a tear. They don't want to cry because oh man I ain't no punk. That's the ego of a man and the man's pride and the way a man act. I ain't no punk. I can't let no woman see me cry this and that. Well, let me tell you something. If you won't cry for the Lord, you need that man that'll cry for the Lord, because let me tell you something. The Holy Spirit will break the biggest gangster down and have them in tears. See, some of us men need to be crying, but oh man, and I mean it out of love in a good way. Some of us need to let off some steam. We need to praise. We need to worship the right way, but we so scared of, man, she might see me. Man, it's some women out here get turned on from you. They seeing you cry and falling out like that. But then there are some women that be like, oh man, he ain't nothing but a punk here over there crying. But you got to know, my sister, I'm just looking at your email. You got to know what you're dealing with, who you're dealing with. Because we are different. But the Most High created us equal, but we are created different. Different. Now, looking at your email, okay. Let me say this from looking at your email, because you're talking about how a man can get into a woman's mind. This is very important, what I'm about to say. This goes for all of us. This is why it's very important that on a daily basis, you better renew your mind. This is why I stay in this word so much. I have to keep my mind renewed, because the temptation that comes upon me on a daily basis, that's why I can't look at certain stuff. I can't listen at certain stuff. I have to cut this off, or don't go over there. Don't answer the phone when that one rings, because I have to renew my mind. And the only way I can do that is by getting in this word, putting something fresh on my mind. I can read this 100 times and I'm going to still see stuff new in there, because I don't know it all. When you renew your mind, you don't have time to keep falling for these same old things that a man may throw at you. So many things that comes up on us on a daily basis that we ain't even ready to fight it, because we don't have the Holy Spirit. And you got to be careful, my sister, who you let around you, because people can control you off of their emotions. I did a video called "Their Emotions is Controlling Your Emotions" a while back. Especially like us as men, how a lot of men don't act the way they used to act, because they done let that woman get the best of them, and now they don't act the same way. They'll leave their own family hanging, because now it's all about her. And if she ain't happy, the whole house ain't happy. You got men out here breaking their neck trying to make somebody happy who really don't even want them. When you look at these preachers, not all, a lot of pastors, I'm going to ask you this question. Why do you think that pastor can get that woman to fall? Why do you think so many women are worshiping their pastor now? I'm not talking about all women. They done put their pastor higher than the Most High. They done put their pastor over their own husband. Why do you think that? Now let me ask you another question, and y'all can answer these questions. Why do you think the pimp can get the hoes on the corner, the pimp for them? Why is that? How is it a man can tell a woman, you hoe go stand on this corner, and you hoes go out there and get my money? Just calling it what it is. Love you. But hoes better go make my money. Why is it a woman can get out there and sell her precious body, and the pimp just collect the money? And she continue to go out there on the corner, taking the risk at HIV, AIDS, taking the risk at getting killed. See, some women out here can't even think for themselves. That's how far gone they are. Man controlling your body, and you out there in harm's way while he doing whatever he want to do. Emotions. Telling them what they want to hear. I remember growing up, a lot of women say, ooh, you talk to me like that. You keep telling me what I want to hear. I'm going to give you some. Just off of what you want to hear. But a man, once again, why you think so many men in the Bible fell? Because of this right here. They kept looking. They stared too long. Those eyes. The Bible talks about those haughty eyes. And once you get to staring too long, that's where the trouble comes in at. But most women feelings get tired up. They get tired up, in a person. Well, my baby coming over tonight. We've been falling off and on, but we're gonna be together tonight. He coming over. I'm getting my hair done, everything, such and such, this, such that. And then y'all have sex and you don't see him for about 4 weeks. And you wonder why he left like that and don't have no feelings, but you thought y'all was back together, but really it was just a booty call. Feelings. Oh, baby, you look good tonight. Oh, baby, you did all that for me. And then he gone. Pshoo. Some of y'all women laughing at this video because y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all done been there and done that. But now y'all chose not to live that life no more. Some of y'all men laughing at me because y'all know we done been took down before of these type of women, letting them get the best of us like that. But now you done learned better, so you doing better. But then somebody looking at this video going through this right now trying to figure out how in the hell I'm going to get this fool out my house. But as men, we see what looks good to us, sister. The Bible, once again, talks about them eyes. Most of us are going to fall because of what you look like. And you can be jacked up, crazy in your mind, unstable, and fine as hell. Got a big booty, big breast, fine legs, hips, the whole 36, 24, 36, brick house. You can be messed up, and there's still going to be some man, I got to get her. Just cause she fine. He don't give a damn that all his homeboys done hit it. I gotta get, man, you see the way she look. I can tell everybody I got that fine one right there. Just cause of what she look like. You already know her mind messed up. She don't want nothing out of life. She done told you she don't want no strings attached. She done told you what it is. That's a strange woman. That's an unstable woman. That's a mysterious woman. That's a double-minded woman that you don't even want no part of. If you keep messing with her, that's a woman that will take you to your grave quick. But to answer your question once again, sister, it's what we see. What we look at. Why do you think so many men have a hard time trying to stop looking at porn? Because of what? Oh, man, look at that right there. She upside down. See, this ain't for religious people. They already know how I am. Sister, I'm not religious. I know you new to the praise. So let me tell you that I'm not religious. I'm very spiritual. I don't care nothing for religion or religious people. They have a problem with me. I deal with the spiritual people. But that's why so many men can't stop looking at porn. Some of us try to stop looking at it, and then we can't. Then some of us can quit for a while and then come right back to it. And then some of us don't try at all to stop. It done became more important than us than reading the Bible. But we moved off of what we see. Why do you think David just had to have Bathsheba? David was on that rooftop and he saw with his own eyes, who is that taking a bath? David was probably saying, ooh, look at them tig old bitties. Ooh, look at them thighs. She bucket naked out there. I'm just, y'all know my sense of humor, but I'm real with what I'm talking about. David saw what that woman looked like. He didn't care that she was married. He knew that she was married. He didn't care. Had that man out there on her own husband, had her own husband. David had that man out there on the front line, lined up and killed. While he slept with this man's wife, which was Bathsheba. Because he saw. He liked what he saw. I'm king. I can have any woman I want. His power went to his head a little bit. They warned David about that, who that was. He didn't care. He liked what he saw. Look at his son Solomon. He liked what he saw. Because he was messing with those strange idolatry type of women that he already was warned about. But I hear what you're saying, God, but oh man, you should have made them so fine. See, we want to sit here and act like women don't have it going on, fellas. I'm talking to these religious folks. Y'all act like you didn't see that woman that walked around offering time with that thong on, who accidentally dropped that church fan to pick it up And you really saw all her business then. Or you act like you don't see the ones who fall out while they shouting. Or you don't see the ones that's praise dancing and they thick and they wearing all white with the see-through on, and you trying to focus on God business, but you looking at other business in the church. We want to act like sex ain't going on in the church. Well, if I'm acting like that, I might as well quit reading what Paul was talking about in the New Testament. I might as well don't read nothing else in the Bible at all about sexual immorality, adultery, sex on top of sex. Things happened then and things are taking a turn for the worse now, look like. We are moved off of what we see. Samson knew how fine Delilah was. Those fallen angels, those watchers, they knew how fine those daughters of men were. The Bible said they looked and they saw that the daughters of men were fair. Oh yeah, they was fair all right. They was fine. They was beautiful. You can look at women right now. Everybody ain't human though, but you can look at women right now and you can just tell how fine women was back then. Just off of looking at what a lot of women look like now. I always mess with a lot of women because so many women be drowning in makeup that they don't even realize how beautiful they already are. They done got so caught up in what somebody else want them to look like, selling them products, that they done forgot about how beautiful, wonderfully made they were. Y'all, we have to be careful with what we doing, where we going once again, who you with. When a woman feelings get the best of her, she will act any kind of way, excuse me. She gonna be real. That's why when you hurt a woman, when you play with a woman's heart, a woman will kill you, man. Old David Hollister said, a woman will marry you, a woman will carry you, and a woman will bury you. So it will. Make her mad enough. But as men, once again, what we see? We are attached to what we see. You know, you got men who go to the club right now and been doing it for years just to see who fine, who they gonna look down at, who they gonna stare at, who number they gonna try to get just because of what they look like. They gonna go to the club just with their homeboys to look at them kind of women. You know, it's some men that go to the church just to do the same thing, just to look at those type of women, and they gonna be with their homeboys at these musicals, at these revivals. Some men go to church just for the women. Y'all remember that scene on Boys in the Hood when they were sitting on the porch? And Chris said in the wheelchair that, I'm going to tell y'all somewhere to go where all the women be at. Chris Shaw on Sunday. Nope. Chris said the church. And he was telling the truth. A lot of women, the same ones you see in the club, dropping it like it's hot, will be the same ones on your praise team on that Sunday morning. Will be the same ones acting holy, but just got through being hoish that night before. It don't matter where you go. You can be in the church. You can be on your job. You can be anywhere in public. Fellas, we're going to see fine women. Or women, you're going to see some man that's attracting to you. Or men, you're going to see some men that you like. Somebody catch that later. Or ladies, you're going to see that other lady that you're attracted to. That's what we're living in now. See, when you look at the order of the way the Bible shows us about this, we see how bad temptation is. But our Father says he don't tempt us. He told us to flee temptation. But most of us run to the temptation. But you think about temptation, then think about this. You lust. You sin, and then the wages of sin is what? Death. See, it's one thing I learned from my big brother P.P. Jordan that he taught me on here a long time ago, that you better learn how to deal with temptation before it comes a sin. I think I better say that again, like the preacher say. I think I better say that again. You better learn how to deal with temptation before it comes a sin. Think about this. The Bible told us to have what? Self-control. A lot of us just don't have it, fellas. A lot of women don't have it. I know women right now, they open their legs up to anybody that they meet on the first day. I know fellas that'll run up, they'll unzip their pants and run up in anything and anybody and just met them. And then look at where most men go, to the strip club, because they see that woman sliding down that pole. Not only do we see, then we want to be felt a certain way. The average man right now don't want to go a day or two without all sex. Keep it real. See, some people going to say amen, then some people going to say, JT, you talking stupid. Y'all know when I do these real talk videos, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Every man I know wants some head. And if I can't get it tomorrow, bro, I'm telling you, I'm going to go out and get it somewhere else. She act like she don't want to do it. Well, did you give it to her? Did you go down on her? That's y'all business, though. See, it's why I'm saying that like this, because there's some men out here that's very selfish. They want everything done to them, but they don't want to do nothing to the one they with. And I'm really talking to the ones that married. You need to be married doing all that. But the Bible told us to have self-control. See, I done had my time in the strip club. Those days for me is over. I done dropped my homies and kin folks off at the bathhouse where you can go in there and get anything done. You just pick what you want done and how you want it done. Those days is over. See, back in those days, that's when you live like a fool. And it's just by the grace of God, half of us walking around now ain't caught some from somebody. We got good health and strength, and you better say amen 3 times in the name of Yahshua. When you see something you want, fellas, what you do? You look at it, and then you wanna touch it. Then you even want to taste it. Keep it all the way real. You want to feel it. You want to feel good. And you think about that alone. You already gone in your mind. Too many people I know go to church so religiously and act like sex don't exist. And they got 5 or 6 kids. 3, 4 baby daddies. They want to act like sex don't exist. And they done had all kind of babies out of wedlock. They want to act like sex don't exist, and they just got caught committing adultery. They want to act like sex don't exist, but they little 14-year-old daughter is pregnant. They want to act like sex don't exist when that minister done caught that young girl in the back getting sex from her in the back of the church. They want to act like it don't exist, but hey, it exists. Stop acting like you don't want a woman to go down on you like you ain't doing it. Stop acting like you ain't in love with ain't no sex when you're walking and limping crazy. See, I done lost every Baptist church with that one right there. Because I'm keeping it real. That's what's going on inside and outside of the church. Now, sister, you know how I am now. I know this is why I can't go up in people's churches and talk. I wouldn't be allowed in there. So I come on here because I'm not allowed. And what's sad is most people know what I say on my page is real, but they just don't want to see it. They scared to address it. Why are you scared of what's going on? And you might be going through it yourself. You think about when a woman has got all the way frustrated because of her emotions and what you have told her, and you didn't match up to what you was going to say you was going to do. Then think about this. Baby mama, baby daddy, drama. Then think about this. Children in the middle, hurting more than anybody. My point is, the confusion behind all this, and when things don't work out, it's some heavy consequences. Unbalanced children, child support, single mom. All because you looked and you thought it was so good that you had to sleep with it, and once you slept with it and tried to treat it like a piece of meat, fellas, then you got her pregnant. If we would learn to keep our penis in our pants, and ladies, you would learn to just close them legs on up, close up shop. Tell them no. I know it's far too late for a lot of us. But what we see once again is what we move off of. Oh man, look at her legs. Oh, look at that, man. Oh, shoot. What was you talking about again? I mean, I was hearing you, but man, when that girl started walking right there. And then here go the killer. Look at how most women dress now. It's impossible to wake up on a daily basis and not see women half dressed, jogging, in the store, coming to work, coming to church. You see it, and then when they run by the fragrance, whew, you just picture in your mind, don't you? Your mind just gone. That's attractive when you smell good. But so many women, once again, tell me this. I want to hear it. But then some women don't want to hear it. They want you to show them. See, it's some women that looks at your actions, and then there's some women that just want to look at what you going to say. That's why you continue to see Taisha with Tyrone. Ain't now one of them up to no good, but they ain't nobody going to lead nobody. They benefiting off each other for what? I don't know. But I want to hear certain things. If you love me, tell me you love me. I love you. Lying like a mud. Lying like a mud. It's all emotional. Then once again, you got these lesbian women trying to act like a man. Haircut like a man. Sagging their pants like a man. It's all confusing. It's unnatural. But trying to act hard like a man. Trying to do something you ain't even created to do. Be who the Most High created you to be, which was that woman. I done lost somebody. Come on back. I'm almost through. I'm almost through, y'all. Just bear with me just a little bit longer. Because women handle emotions different than us. See, ladies, y'all are quick to talk about how you feel. What's on your mind, what you thinking. And you don't mind crying and then just... And what most of us do, man, stop all that crying. Man, you always crying. We don't even try to feel you, do. We just want to... Child, man, she in there crying again. Because that's the way we are. What you crying for? And the first time you argue, most of the time you argue, fellas, what do you hear come out of your woman's mouth? Well, I feel like you just didn't pay me no attention. I feel like it's always I feel. Why? It's emotional. I feel like you didn't make the right decision. I feel like you didn't pay me no attention. When I did this, you blah, blah, this, I blah, blah, that. It's a feeling. Versus us, we ain't quick to talk about how we feel. We try to brush it off. So I'll come back with part 2. Peace.